Alright, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be training chest and triceps. I'll be showing you how to train, how my workout goes. First of all, let me pop my back, which I like to do before every workout. I'll be showing you guys my warm-up routine, exercises, sets and reps, and everything that I do in the workout. So I like to start off with the warm-up. I never neglect my warm-ups. So you might be questioning what kind of warm-ups you do, but it's usually the warm-ups they usually do on PE classes, physical education. For example, I like to do shoulder rotations, elbow rotations. I also like to keep my hip warm before chest day, even for a chest day, because, for example, on the bench press, you're going to use a lot of your lower back. You're going to be bending a lot. So you want it to be warm. First of all, my is shoulder rotation. I like to do back and forth, like 12 to 15 reps on each side. All right, now we're gonna do some elbow rotations, back and forth, 12 to 15 reps. Just get them nice and warm. And this is my second vlog, by the way. Some rotations, open up your elbows to the sides. The reason I like to start with a hoodie, I like to keep my body warm, and it gets your body warmer faster. Some chest swings. I'm kind of feeling weird today. I have a stuffy nose, a bit chills throughout my body. Hopefully I'm not getting a flu. The reason I want you guys to keep your body warm is because, first of all, to prevent some injuries. Also, you'll feel your muscles way more when you're warmed. No worries, bro. And then after doing some dynamic stretches, I like to use banded stretches. So I like to go back and forth, like 10 reps. I also like to do some wrist and neck rotations. It's not as important as the shoulder warm-ups and other warm-ups, but anyways, I like to warm up everything. After that, I like to do some banded rotations around the world. I think that's what it's called. Also 10 to 12 reps on each side. And if you guys don't have a band, I would suggest you to buy like a resistant band, same as using right now. I have the lightest one. I think it's 5 pounds. This one. The reason why it's great is because it gives you so many options for warm-ups. So you don't really have to use cables. I don't like to use cables for my rotations, rotator cuff rotations. So this is external rotation. Same thing, 10 to 15 reps, internal rotation. Before you train your upper body, for example, chest, shoulders, and back, it's a good practice to keep your shoulder blades warm all the time. That way you will prevent injuries. Don't be just that person who comes into the gym, walks on a treadmill for 5 to 10 minutes, and then call it as a warm-up. It is not. It is definitely not. Do dynamic stretches. You don't have to be like crazy ass stretch for like 20 to 30 minutes, but at least take like 10 to 15 minutes to do some good warm-up. If you guys don't warm up, you can save this video, you can watch this video and then get some ideas. And then try out these exercises for your warm-up and then let me know how you feel. So you cup. All right, that's good enough, honestly. I think that was around like 10-minute warm up, 10 to 15. And also stay hydrated, guys. The most important thing. When you're working out, you're losing a lot of water and minerals throughout your sweat, so it's good to drink a lot of water. All right, let's move on to. Yeah, bro, it's right there.
Oh, wait, I'm on the video?
You're on the video right
Okay.
now. Come here, bro. All right, let's get into our workout, guys. So first of all, before I start my chest day, I like to do some flies. It could be machine flies, cable flies, wherever you prefer. I just go whatever was available. And you don't really have to go heavy on these. Just get them nice and warm. Oh, this is too light. It's at 10 pounds. So here I like to take it slow, nice and controlled. 1. Six. 15. So this is my second vlog, so I'm still kind of getting used to talking to the camera with you guys. So for warm-up sets, I like to do like 2-3 sets maximum. You don't really have to go that many. So let's start with the set number 2. I'll just do 2 sets for warm-up, and then we'll jump into incline barbell press. Today we're gonna do incline barbell press, then we're gonna do some of the flies, another press movement, and another fly. We'll do 5 exercises today, and I'll take you through every exercise one by one. All right, warm up set number 2. All right, that was 12 reps. All right, guys, first exercise we're gonna do incline barbell press. I've been using noise canceling for my mic, but I feel like it's better to be turned off because, in my opinion, listening to the environment, it sets up your mood when you're watching the videos. Right. We're gonna do some drop sets today on the incline barbell, so I'll probably add 25s, not 45, because whenever I do drop sets, I like to just add 25s instead of 45s. Because if you add 45s, I can only add 145 plus maybe one more 2 plates. It's not really good for drop sets, so I like to just add 3 25s and then just drop. And I don't really like to jump straight to 1 plate, especially on incline. When I had an injury on my tendon, this one. So whenever I start with 25s, it feels nice. So 25, just 25 for like 10 reps. It's kind of like a warm-up set. Still kind of feeling those body chills. But no excuses, guys. Those 12. My tendon's been feeling pretty bad lately. I don't know why, because maybe I'm stressing him too much. I'm not sure. So here on the first exercise, we're gonna do 4 sets. We're gonna aim for 8 to 10 reps. Two 25s. So this is almost like 1 plate. Not almost. More than 1 plate. So the reason I use these bands is because I injured my tendon 2 years ago, and they're still fully not recovered yet, because I didn't really go to physio or anything, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there's a scar tissue or not, but hopefully not. And for my pre-workout, I just like to drink coffee. I stopped taking pre-workout like 3-4 years ago. And then to also take away the pressure on my tendon, I like to use my wristbands. So I like to use my elbow band, which is this one. And I like to use my wristband, which helps you to take away the pressure, the heavy pressure from your tendon. A lot of people say accessories don't need it, but they're crucial in my opinion. You have to use these to prevent injuries, not after you get injured, so please use them. All right. Last warm-up set. That was 10. Not bad. So for my breakfast, before I come here, I like to eat just light meal, just proteins and quick carbs. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I post what I eat. So in the mornings, I just eat 5 eggs. And then I take 2 bananas before coming here. Usually I eat oats and eggs and bananas for my breakfast. That's what I did for the past 4 or 5 years. But lately I've been trying to save time, so I've been just eating my egg and then just leaving my house And I like to blend my oats and just drink them after the workout. So it's kind of like I divided my breakfast into 2 meals. All right, let's add 25, so another 25. And this is gonna be my first working set. I don't know how much is this in pounds, but in kg, this should be around like 80 kilograms. I think it should be around 80 kilograms. Oh. All right, 8 reps on the first set is not that bad. Damn, out of breath already after 1 set. I like to keep my hoodie on for like till the end of my first exercise, and then I like to take them off. I usually like to take like 2 minutes rest time between my sets, especially on the compound movements, heavy weights like this. For example, squats, bench press, deadlift, barbell rows, dumbbell rows, all those compound free weight movements. I like to take 2 minutes maximum. I don't really like to take more than 2 minutes because it just feels too long. When you're doing incline barbell press, try not to ego lift because ego lifting, which leads to injuries, so you don't want that. Try to take your time, try to perfect the movement first, slowly, progressive overload. Don't just try to jump into heavy weight. Please don't do that. I've seen so many people get injured on incline bench press. They usually injure their shoulders because when you don't warm up your shoulders, they don't really move properly. They don't move freely. So first of all, warm up, take your time, go slow, and progressively overload. Don't just jump into 1 plate, 2 plate, 3 plate when you can't do it. It's crucial that you understand that, guys. All right, set number 2. I think that was 2 minutes already. I'm not sure. I should start bringing my watch because I usually have my phone. I set up a timer for 2 minutes, but that's what I like to do. I set up a timer. That really helps because when you're just sitting there, it's kind of hard to tell how many minutes you're resting. So in my opinion, it's better to just put a timer on and then know exactly how many minutes you're resting. All right, let's go. Set number 2. All right, hopefully we get 10 reps here. Let's hope. All right, that wasn't even close to 10 reps. That was like 6 reps. That was heavy. All right, set number 3, guys. I took off my hoodie, it was too hella hot. All right, hopefully we get at least 8, not 10. Because last set, I said I was gonna go for 10, but I ended up going for 6. So hopefully we go 8 reps on this. Set number 3, there we go. This is hella heavy though. Alright, that was 6.5 reps. When you're doing presses, chest presses, for example, bench press, incline press, it's also a mental thing too. Because it's hard to just drop the weight from the position where you're laying down. I mean, you could just crunch the weight and then just throw it, but I would not recommend doing that. It's bad for your back and your core and your shoulders. So please don't ego lift. You're gonna hurt yourself. So if you saw that whole set, I didn't really go down all the way down on my last rep because I know that if I go down all the way, I can't press it. So I like to keep it safe. I went like, I don't know, right before touching my chest, like right here, and I just start pressing. But because if I go below that point, I know I can't press. And also when you don't have a spotter, it's really hard, especially on chest presses. On squats and deadlifts, you could just throw the weight, but not on chest presses. So be careful, guys. Be careful. There's always next set. You can always do one more set. It's good to go all out on your all sets, but it's also important to stay safe. Don't hurt yourself. So I did 3 sets here with this weight. I did 8, 6, 7. And I have one more set now. All right, guys, last set, which is my drop set. So I'll do 3 steps on my drop set. I'll do with this weight, 6 reps here, take off 25, 6 to 8, take off 25, 8 to 12. Yes. Oh. All right. And that was 6, 7, and then 9. That was heavy. That was pretty heavy. I don't know if I should keep my mic here because, like on my set, I might be like grunting and blowing into my mic, so it might be pretty uncomfortable for you guys. I'll check it on the video. Anyways, we're done here. After my presses, I always like to follow up with fly movement. I don't like to do press. I kind of like to do what is called sandwich. Press movement, fly movement, press movement, and fly movement. But sometimes you can mix them up. You can do press and then fly. So yeah, we'll be doing a little bit incline so we can hit our upper chest a little bit. It's pretty good. All right, first of all, let me show you guys how to perform the movement and then I'll explain how to do it. All right, first set, here we go. Feeler set. All right, first feeler set. It's feeling pretty good. I did 11 reps. So my first feeler set was with 35s. Now I'm gonna do with 45s. So on this exercise, I like to aim between 8 to 10 with heavy weights, and then 10 to 12 with a little bit lighter weights. But when I say light, that doesn't mean it don't have to be challenging. You have to challenge yourself. All right, let me explain this exercise. So on the chest flies, dumbbell chest flies, same as any chest movement, you have to keep your shoulder blades back and down, and then your chest up. And then I like to think it as a scooping motion instead of a pressing motion. So think it of like you're scooping an ice cream with an ice scoop, like ice cream spoon. Squeeze at the top, and then before you squeeze, it's kind of like a scooping motion, not like a pressing motion. I like to think it as that, and then that way it kind of hits my chest way more, especially on flies. And on presses, it's kind of like a straight angle movement. You're just going down and up, so there's not a lot of scooping motion. Also, one thing to keep in mind when you're performing this exercise is when you're at the bottom, try to feel that stretch on your chest, and then when you feel it, go up. You have to feel the stretch on your chest. If you're not going low enough till you feel your stretch, you're not properly doing the exercise. So here, so your dumbbell's up here, right? So you go down, go down, go down, and then you have to feel stretch at the bottom. And then once you feel the stretch, just press up, fly up. Fly. And then you squeeze your chest at the top. And then straight go back down. All right, let's go. Set number 2. First set I did with 35, second 45, and then third I'm doing with 55s. And then let me show you guys from a different angle so you can see how the exercise looks from different angle. All right, let's go. Shoulder blades nice and squeeze. That was pretty heavy. As you saw on the last few reps, I kind of started using my shoulders and triceps because it was pretty heavy. That was what, 8 to 10 reps? Not bad. I'm gonna do one more set, maybe with the same weight, and then move on to the next exercise. All right, last set, best set. This. All right, exercise number 3, guys. So we did incline barbell press, and then we did dumbbell press. Now we're gonna do machine chest press. So I did 2 compound movements. Now I'd like to move on to machines. So I'll do chest press machine, and then I'll do pec deck flies after that. And then we'll see how we feel, if you want to do one more chest exercise or not. Anyways, let's start with this workout. With this exercise. So on this, I like to go at least 10 to 12 reps. Challenging reps, guys. That's the most important thing. Even when you're doing light weights, that doesn't mean you have to go light. Even though when you're doing 12 to 15, 15 to 20 reps, you want to go heavy weight. You want to go with heavy weight that challenges you. So you gotta be exhausted after your set, not fresh. All right, let's go. So for the presses, I like to use all my straps. Because it takes away the pressure from my tendon. And then if you guys have tendon problems, do stretch them after workouts and then ice them right before after you work out. So when you get home or somewhere else, just ice them. So you stop the inflammation. If you don't ice them, all right, let's go. All right, these machines are pretty new because this gym opened like 2 months ago. That was what? 10 to 11 reps? It's pretty heavy. Even though this is like what? 120? It's pretty heavy. So same thing, guys. This is still a chest movement exercise. So you want to keep your shoulder blades back and down. Squeeze them. Think of it as, for example, if you have a pen, like a pencil, between your back, and you're trying to squeeze it and hold it throughout the whole exercise. That way, you'll feel your chest fully. And then that's when your chest will start growing. Holy, a bit out of breath. Maybe we'll do dips at the end because I haven't been doing lower chest lately. So today's workout consists of incline barbell press, dumbbell flies, chest machine press, pec deck flies, and now dips. And then we're gonna do 2 tricep exercises. We're gonna do one of my favorite exercises for triceps is skull crushers, and then we're gonna do some kind of cable movement. Well, yeah, I think I might just keep with this weight. We'll see. We'll see how it feels. And also, it is important that you stretch at the bottom and then squeeze at the top. Always keep that in mind. Stretch, go all the way back, squeeze. Contract your muscles. When you're doing your exercise, do it like you mean it. Don't just waste your time. All right, let's go. Set number 2. I'm gonna lower my seat a little bit. So whenever you feel tired and exhausted during the set, where you feel like you can't go no more, I like to do partials at the bottom. So just go all the way back and then do partials. It could be like 10 to 20% of your movement, but it is all right. You're still getting that a little bit of movement. So it is worth it to do partial reps. So try to include them in your sets, especially when you don't have a partner. Partials are great. All right, we have 2 more sets here. And then every rep don't have to look perfect, especially at the end of the movement. When you feel exhausted, you can just rep it out honestly. So if we're doing, let's say 10 to 12 reps, at least try to do the first 8 to 9 reps perfect. And then when you can't go no more, when you can't perform perfect form, just go all out. Just rep it out. So that's what I mean to challenge yourself. You don't wanna go 8 reps and I like stop in the mid movement and I'm done. No, you wanna keep going, even though it's partials. All right, let's go set number 3, guys. Up. Up. All right, set number 4, guys. Let's get it. Last set, best set. I'm gonna go a bit heavier. Maybe I'll do a drop set here. I'll go with 140, then I'm gonna drop it to 90, maybe 100. Yeah, I'll do with 70s. All right, let's get at least 6, 8, and 10. Heavy. I guess I don't know my limits. I said I was gonna go 6, 8, and 10, but I went like 5, and then probably 6, and then the last was like around 9 with partials. But it's alright. At least we did the set. Alright, exercise number 4, guys. Pec deck flies. Alright, let's go. Stretch. Holy. I'm just dealing with 100 pounds and it's hella heavy. I think it's because these machines are pretty new, brand new. That was heavy. I think I'm gonna go down to like, I don't know, 80. I think 80 is pretty sweet spot. All right, set number 2, guys. That's a bit heavy. But it feels better than the hundreds because it's 80. For the flies here, I'm gonna do one more set. So I'm just gonna wrap it up with 3 sets and then I'm gonna go straight to dips. The dips, 3 sets as well. It's gonna be just body weight dips. And then I'm gonna move on to triceps, do skull crushers and then a cable movement. Maybe some kind of a cable push downs. We'll see. All right, let's do a pump check before our last set. My mic is right here. I don't know how it looks in camera. Alright, anyways. Let's finish our set. This is Chris. This is Dwayne. Two biggest guys in our gym.
I wish. I'm trying to be like you.
Hell yeah. Where are you training today?
Upper body.
Upper body?
Arms, some back, some shoulders, triceps as well.
Nice, nice. Let's get it. What about you, Dwayne? Are you gonna train today?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Same thing, upper body.
Same thing, upper body?
But more shoulder.
More shoulder?
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
I need to get these like your legs.
Nah, mine's not like that big. I gotta get those bowling shoulders.
You're good, man. You're good.
All right, bro, let's go, bro. Straight into set. You're gonna get cold. Let's go. 1, 2. Nice, nice. Damn, look at them triceps. Let's get this angle. All right, last exercise, guys. We have body weight dips. I usually have a weighted belt, but it's back home in Mongolia, so unfortunately I can't use that. I usually like to go heavy on the dip, but since I have a tendon problem, it's probably better not to go heavy. Since we're talking about my tendon, gotta put my straps on. My tendon wraps, also my wrist wraps. I know what you guys thinking. You guys probably thinking, oh shit, this guy uses too many accessories, blah blah blah, but I'm just trying to prevent so that the injury doesn't come back. Yeah, the reason I use these accessories is because I don't want to get my tendon problem again. It was not fun at all. Alright, let's go. 10 to 12 reps, guys. I think that was 12. We've been here for a long time. I got here around 11. I started doing my warm-up around 11:10, and it's like almost 1 p.m. right now. I kind of started off my day pretty late. I usually wake up around 7 or 8. Today I woke up around 9. Yeah, because of this stuffed nose, it was pretty hard to get a good sleep because I've been waking up throughout the night like 3 times to use my nose spray and blow my nose. So it was not fun. That's why I slept till 9. If I was not waking up like that, I would have woken up around like 8 to start off my day pretty early. I usually like to start off my day pretty early. The first thing I like to do is go to the gym, so it's kind of like sets off my mood. It's a good way to start off your day by exercising. If you don't work out in the morning, guys, I recommend working out in the morning and see how it feels for you. But it differs person to person, so just try it. So when you finish your gym in the morning, you have more time throughout your day. Also, a big thing about bodybuilding is that you have to eat meals. I like to eat my meals every 3 hours. So, for instance, if I eat my meal, let's say, I'll probably eat my meal around like 2:30 or 3 when I get home today. So that time frame between 3 and 6, I have to do my stuff, like my personal stuff or my whatever I have to do, because my next meal is waiting for me at 6 p.m. and then the next one is waiting at 9 p.m. So you have to manage your time if you have a busy schedule. All right, let's go. Set number 2. We've been talking too much. One. 15 reps. Not that bad. Whew. So I'll just do 3 sets here on the dips, and then I'll move on to my triceps, which I mentioned like 3 times now. I like to come in the gyms in the mornings because there's less people. Past 11 or 12, it kind of gets crowded. And it's also in downtown Toronto, so it's a pretty good spot. All right, we have 1 more set to go. So if you guys are new to my channel, welcome. The reason I started doing this content, vlogging and stuff, is because I want to provide my fitness knowledge for the people who are starting out, for beginners, intermediate, or it could be even advanced. I want to show people how to train, how to properly perform exercises without hurting yourself, without getting injured. I'll be teaching you guys mobility work, stretching, exercises with every set and reps if you guys want to. Also, if you guys want to see what my diet looks like, I could even also vlog outside the gym. But this is my second vlog, so my first and second vlog is kind of like in the gym. And I'll see what's the feedback, and if you guys want to see what my life is outside the gym, I'd be happy to post it, even though it'd be a little bit uncomfortable because I'm just starting out. But hopefully I'll get used to it and be comfortable in front of camera. It still feels weird to be talking to the camera, especially when you're the only person who's doing it in the gym. Everybody's kind of looking at you. What the hell is this guy doing? Why is he talking to himself? That's why I have my headphones also too. It kind of feels like you're talking on a phone. But yeah. So the whole reason is that I kind of want to be a coach, kind of like an online coach, YouTube coach. So yeah, guys, so you guys can learn stuff about fitness. I want you guys to be healthy. I want you guys to have muscle mass, because once you get older, the first thing you start losing is your energy and your muscle mass. So in my opinion, it's better to start working out, weightlifting, and start building your muscles, and then maintain that, because it gets harder to gain muscle as you age. All right, enough talking, guys. Last set. That was close to 15. Whew. All right, let's move on to triceps and wrap it up. All right, next exercise, guys, we have skull crushers. To be more specific, barbell skull crushers. I like to switch them and do dumbbells and barbells on different days. Today I have barbells, 80 pounds. It's pretty heavy. Let's see how it feels. You done?
Oh, I'm upstairs. I'm gonna do some cardio.
Uh-huh.
I'll be out of here.
Sounds good, bro.
Like 30 minutes.
30 minutes? Yeah. I'll probably be done in 30 minutes too, probably.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, bro.
All right, bro.
I'll see you around the 5, bro.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, bro. Take stairs, bro. Come on. All right, let's see how it feels. All right, that was pretty heavy, not gonna lie. So for this exercise, barbell skull crushers, as you guys saw, I like to come up a little bit more higher on my chair. Let me show you. So if you sit down here and do with barbells, there's not a lot of room, so there's not a lot of range of motion. But if you stand up a little bit, you kind of like get close to the edge of the chair and then perform the movement, you have way more room to go down. So you have way more range of motion. It kind of stretches your triceps. So I like to do it like that. But when you're doing with dumbbells, you can sit down and then turn and then go around next to the bench. But when the dumbbells are pretty big, I like to go like this. I just usually go like this, just stand up, get close to the edge of the bench, and then perform the movement. And then also, one thing to keep in mind for this movement is when you're pressing, try to press against your body. Against your body, like this. Don't try to press up over your head. Try to push it against your body. I saw C-Bomb doing it, and then I kind of started to implementing that on my skull crushers. But it's definitely hard to go with 80 pounds. But it's all right. I'll do 4 sets of 8 reps here, and then move on to the cable movement. I don't know if you guys mind me talking by not looking at the camera. Hope you guys don't have a problem with that. All right, let's go. Set number 2. Get close to the edge. All the way down. One more. And then what I like to do is do close grip presses. So yeah, when you guys can't go no more, just bring it up, bring it down, and then just start pressing, close grip presses. I usually like to do skull crushers and then 10 presses. But here I did 10 reps of skull crushing, and then I did like 5-6 presses, which is enough. All right, we have 2 more sets, guys. Not gonna lie, I don't have any tank tops. The only tank tops that I have is back home in Mongolia, unfortunately. All right, let's go. Set number 3. Let me show you guys from a different angle what it looks like. Wasn't that bad. 10 reps of skull crushers, 6 reps of press. Try that superset, guys. All right, one more set. Also stay hydrated, guys. No matter what muscle group you're doing, you gotta be hydrated. Because also the reason that you have to drink water is because you want to break down your food, especially when you're eating a lot of calories. It's crucial that you drink tons of water. For me, I usually drink around 3 to 4 liters a day, which is enough. And then on my leg days, I like to consume some electrolytes because I lose a lot of minerals when I sweat when I'm doing legs. I don't really sweat as much when I do upper body because it doesn't really work your heart as much as when you train legs. All right, anyways, guys, we have one more set and we're done. All right, on the last set, let me show you guys from a different angle so you guys know how to properly perform the exercise, so you get the idea when I show from different angles. Also, if you haven't really tried these exercises, if you're a beginner, try to perform them with lower weight and then just progressively overload. Because if you, anyways, let's go. Last set, best set. Let's go. All right, exercise number 2 for triceps, we have cable push downs. All right, set it up all the way. Now we're gonna do rope cable push downs. So for our first exercise, we did skull crushers, so that's more of a free weight compound movement. So for the second exercise, I like to finish it off with cables or machines. So I'll aim for 12 to 15 reps. You have to go a bit slower. All right, let's see how many pounds we're gonna do. I'm still getting kind of used to the pounds because all right, let's see how it feels. So I'm doing with 50 pounds. It's pretty heavy. All right, 6 reps with 50 pounds. Ain't no way I can do 10 to 15 reps. So I'm gonna go down to like 35. Because these cable machines are pretty new and they're pretty heavy. Like on flies, I do with 25 to 30 pounds and it feels like 50 pounds. All right, let's see how many we can do with how many 35 pounds, 35. This rope is kind of like uneven. Alright. I don't know how many that was. I feel like these machines needs to be like oiled up because the contraction is that the right word? Contraction? Or resistance. The resistance is so high, so heavy. Like some reps feel light and then some reps feel hella heavy. Alright, we're gonna do 3 sets here. We're not gonna go with 4 reps. We're just gonna keep it with 3 sets. Alright, we have one more set. I'm gonna take my first set as a working set and I'm just gonna do one more and call it a day. Also, one more tip on this exercise is if you saw me on the previous set, when I can't go down no more, I kind of like to bring them up closer together, the ropes, and then just rep it out. All right, let's go. Last set, best set. All right, that's it, guys. That's it for today's chest and triceps. Now I'm gonna do stretches and I'm out. Also, I'm getting so hungry because I only ate 5 eggs and 2 bananas in the morning. But I have my oats, my mixed oats in my bag, so let me show you guys some stretches after my push day. Alright, let me show you guys what I do after my chest workout. I usually kind of like foam roll a little bit my back because I've been bending a lot using my lower back. And I told you guys before that my lower back is kind of compressed a little bit, so I'm still dealing with that problem. All right. So first of all, what I like to do is I just like to foam roll my back. Hey, if you guys notice, I arch a lot when I'm performing movements. All right, that's enough for the foam roll. And then for the stretches, I just performed 2 stretches. This is the first one. That's stretch number 2. Is my favorite stretch, Cobra. This stretches your lower back nicely. First of all, I like to keep on my toes. It's kind of like push your body from your arms and your toes at the same time. So kind of like elevate your body from the ground. A little bit of twist here and there. Stretch my shoulders a little bit. Back to Cobra. Now this time, just keep your feet relaxed, and then just push with your hands. Stretch my shoulders a little bit. Stretch my tendon and elbows. I feel like this is the best stretch if you have tennis elbow. Or if you have golfer's elbow, do this one. Turn your wrist outwards and then lean back. So it stretches your inner wrist. For the tennis elbow, you want to keep your wrists inwards, and then lean back. This stretches your outer wrists. 10 to 20 seconds is enough. Yeah, I'm definitely icing it when I get back home to stop the inflammation. Alright, that's it for the stretches, guys. Oh, and one more thing. After that, I like to do dead hangs. And then also what I like to do is do dead hangs to stretch my lower back. Hang for like 10 to 15 seconds. Also later on, this TRX bands, I'll show you guys what can you do with TRX band, because you can do a lot of warm-ups and exercises with these if you have it in your gym. It's a great tool to implement into your workouts. For example, with TRX bands, I like to do Y pulls for my back and shoulder warm-up. Holy, I'm starving right now. All right, let's get it done. Last set. And also try to breathe. Alright guys, that was it for today's vlog. Hope you guys liked it. And comment down below what you guys think about my content, where you guys prefer to watch. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next vlog.